everyone, my name is Ahsan Ayaz. I'm a Google developers expert in Angular and a software architect working at Scania. In today's Mighty Bytes video, I'm going to give you a quick tip about how you can debug server-side rendering in Next.js. And since this is supposed to be a byte, I'm going to go through it really quickly. Let's suppose I am running a project on my local host and there's a page called new here. And if I open it, I see some error. Now I want to figure out how this is failing or what's the reason. I could open my Chrome debugger here and I can quickly open the new.js file. But the fact is that I can't even get that file because this fails on the server side, which is super annoying. Now you can see that on the console, I can see the error which says books new, which is where this is failing. So what I can do is I can go to my code and see it here. And this is the code. Apparently the data has to be transformed into something, but we don't know that yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my package.json, and in here, I'm going to add a new script. I'm going to add a script named debug, and I'm going to say node options inspect, and then I'm going to run Next.dev, which means that now instead of running npm run dev, I'm going to run npm run debug, which will still run Next.dev, but will allow me to inspect better. Now what I have to do is to go to Chrome inspect here, and I can see my localhost right here, which means that I can now click inspect right here. And there we go. Now we have an inspector open, and I can also see the error that's happening. Well, that means I can quickly press Ctrl P here and try to do new.js, which I can see now. I can click here, and then I can also put breakpoints here as well. And now if I go back to my page and refresh, you're going to see that automatically I have my breakpoint right here. I can quickly move ahead, see what is the data. Now this is a response which contains a body, so it's not really the actual body of the response, which means that in my new.js file, I need to actually convert this into data. So I'm going to rename this to response, and then I can quickly say data equals await response JSON. We can save this now. And now if I try to refresh my page, you can see that first we get the response here, then we convert that into JSON response. And here you can see now we have the array. And if I hit play, you can now see that we are rendering the data that's coming from the API. Well, I hope that this gives you a good idea of how to debug on server side with Next.js. And as I always say, if you're not debugging, you're not really a developer. With that said, as always, happy coding. Gonna see you next time.